Hello, Mr. Tito. Good evening. For this final exam, we will present the result of our summary for meeting 8. Previously, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Asrina Yunita Siagaian, and there will be Angelina Oktavia, Az'zahro Mulfi Hasan, and Rani Rachmawati. Okay, for the first, I will discuss about nouns. Noun. What do you know about noun? A noun is a word that represents a person, thing, concept, or place. The category of things may sound superfluous, but in this case, it means inanimate objects, abstract concepts, and activities. Phrases and other parts of speech can also behave like nouns and can be the subject in a sentence, as in jogging is a fun exercise. We can see the table list about different types of nouns. Next, types of common nouns. Common or generic nouns can be broken down into three subtypes: concrete nouns, abstract nouns, and collective nouns. A concrete noun is something that is perceived by the senses, something that is physical or real. For the example, I heard the doorbell. My keyboard is sticky. Doorbell and keyboard name real things that can be sensed. Conversely, an abstract noun is something that cannot be perceived by the senses. The example, we cannot imagine the courage it took to do that. Courage is an abstract noun. Courage cannot be seen, heard, or sensed in any other way, but we know it exists. Next, concrete versus abstract nouns. A concrete noun names something you can experience with one of your five senses. That is, a concrete noun names something you can see, like the moon, and then touch, like a blanket, and then smell, like a rose, and then hear, like leather, or taste, like sugar. Abstract noun names feelings such as jealousy and attraction, ideas such as peace and freedom, and then qualities such as generosity and determination. Abstract nouns do not exist as physical objects in the world. We cannot see, touch, smell, hear, or taste our feelings, ideas, and qualities. And next, plural and singular nouns. A plural noun is a word that indicates that there is more than one person, animal, place, thing, or idea. When you talk about more than one of anything, you are using plural nouns. When you write about more than one of anything, you usually use the same word, simply adding an s, es, or ies to the end. There are a few exceptions to this rule, but not many. One of the best is that a single moose is a moose, and a group of moose are still moose. The difference between singular and plural nouns is easy to spot. When a noun indicates one only, it is a singular noun. When a noun indicates more than one, it is plural. For example, plural noun example, the boys were throwing baseballs back and forth between bases. And then a singular noun example, the boy had a baseball in his hand. Next, irregular noun. Although most nouns have plurals form according to regular rules, and nouns have unusual or irregular plurals. We can see the table for irregular nouns. Okay, I think that's all for me. The next material will be explained by Angelina Oktavia.
Okay, now it's about countable nouns versus uncountable nouns. Countable nouns can be singular or plural and can be used with numbers and modifiers like a, and, the, some, any, a few, and many. Example is, here's a cat. Here are a few cats. Here are 8 cats. Uncountable nouns can be modified by the definite article, the, or indefinite adjectives like some. Example, they'd love to rent some property around here. They'd love to rent a piece of property around here. Students don't seem to have much homework these days. Could you help me move the furniture into the other room? Non-count and count nouns. What is a count noun? Count nouns can be separated into individual units and counted. They usually have both a singular and a plural form. Most English nouns are count nouns. 1 phone, 2 phones, 1 dog, 2 dogs, 1 shirt, 2 shirts. However, a few countable nouns only have a plural form in English. Here are a few examples: clothes, pants, jeans, shorts, pajamas. Okay, the footnote is, this is an important note. Singular count nouns must have a word in the determiner slot. This could be an article, a pronoun, or a possessive noun. Next is non-count nouns. What is a non-count nouns? Non-count or uncountable nouns exist masses or abstract quantities that cannot be counted. Here are some common categories of non-count nouns, like all things in English and language in general. There may be exception: a mass, work, equipment, homework, money, transportation, clothing, jewelry. Next is a natural substance: air, ice, water, fire, wood, blood, hair, gold, silver. Food like milk, rice, coffee, bread, sugar, made with water. An abstract concept is advice, happiness, health, education. A game: soccer, tennis, basketball, hockey, football. A disease: diabetes, measles, polio, influenza, malaria, hypothyroidism. A subject of study: economics, physics, astronomy, biology, history, statistics. A language: Arabic, Chinese, Spanish, English. An activity in the ing form is like swimming, dancing, reading, smoking, drinking, and studying. Some nouns that can be counted, and so we can use or and with them, and can also make them plural. Okay, we have the example on the table below. Next is about nouns and the possessive case. The possessive case shows the relationship of a noun to other words in a sentence. The possessive of a singular noun is formed by adding an apostrophe and the letter S. Example, the cat's toy was missing. The cat possesses the toy, and we denote this by use of S at the end of cat. That is all about nouns. So next we are going to learn about verb.
Verbs are essential components of language that are used to express actions, events, or state of being. They serve as the main building blocks of sentences and play a crucial role in conveying meaning. A verb typically indicates what the subject of a sentence is doing, has done, or will do. There are 3 verbs I want to explain: action verb, helping verb, and linking verb. Action verb shows action. For example, we ride to school. Helping verb works together with main verb. For example, she is cooking. The third one is linking verb. It links the subject to a noun or adjective in a sentence. For example, the stew tastes good. Transitive verbs are a type of verb that require a direct object to complete their meaning in a sentence. These verbs transfer the action of the subject to the direct object, indicating that someone or something is directly affected by the action. In other words, transitive verbs express actions that are done to something or someone. Intransitive verbs are a type of verb that do not require a direct object to complete their meaning in a sentence. These verbs express a complete action or state without transferring that action to an object. In other words, they do not require someone or something to receive the action. State of being verb, also known linking verbs, are a category of verbs that express a state or condition rather than an action. These verbs are used to connect the subject of a sentence to a word or phrase that describes or identifies the subject. State of being verbs do not show physical or mental actions, but instead convey information about existence, identification, or the state of the subject. Helping verb, also known as auxiliary verbs, they work in conjunction with the main verb to convey additional information about aspects such as tense, voice, mood, or emphasis. These verbs work together with the main verb to convey various tenses, moods, or aspects of an action. The last verb is modal verbs, also known as modal auxiliary verbs, are a distinct category of verb that express attitudes, abilities, possibilities, obligations, permissions, and other related concepts. They modify the main verb in a sentence and indicate the speaker's or writer's perspective on the action or condition.
Hello, my name is Rani Rachmawati. I would like to presentation about problem with verb. Okay, verb play a crucial role in sentence construction as they express action, event, or state of being. However, There are various challenges that can arise when using verb in the English language. Here is more detailed explanation of some common problems. There are 6 some common of problems. First, verbs tense. English has a wide range of verb tense such as present, past, future, and their corresponding perfect and progressive forms. Choosing the appropriate tense can be challenging, especially when expressing actions or events that happen at specific times or over different durations. Using the wrong tense can lead to confusion or miscommunication. Number 2, irregular verbs. While many verbs in English follow regular patterns for conjunction, example, work, 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 there are numerous irregular verbs that don't follow this pattern. Example, go, went, gone. Memorizing the irregular verbs form can be difficult, particularly for non-native speaker. Number 3, verbs agreement. Verbs must agree in number with their subjects. In English, the verb form changes depending on whether the subject is singular or plural. Mistakes can occur when using the incorrect verb form in relation to the subject. For example, saying she go instead she goes. Number 4, verb forms. English has various verb forms, including infinitive, gerund, participle, and more. Understanding when and how to use each form can be challenging. For instance, knowing when to use to read, infinitive, versus reading, gerund in a sentence. Now 5, phrasal verbs. Phrasal verbs are combination of main verb and one or more participle. Usually preposition are adverb such as look up, give in, break down. This verb combination often have idiomatic meaning that might not be immediately apparent to non-native speakers. Learning the meaning and usage of phrasal verb can be a hurdle. In the traditional grammar of modern English, a phrasal verb typically constitutes a single semantic unit composed of a verb followed by a participle, sometimes combined with a preposition. And in here, in the model or material, there is an example of phrasal verb. Here, in here. Other example of phrasal verb is help out, put on, call up, bring about, tear off, pass off, gather in, and keep up.